But for now, why are we here with this gorgeous bunch of amazing people? Well, last night, if you were there for the live call, you'll have heard my announcement that I opened my private membership and spiritual development community, Soul Space. If you've been in my world for a while, you have definitely heard me speak about Soul Space. We have just passed its 4th anniversary, and we were just talking off screen that a couple, so Nikki and Michelle, you're the OGs. You've been here since before I even knew what a 5-day challenge was. Yeah. When you just joined from some Facebook posts, and we knew each other already. We'd worked together in different capacities. But Soul Space is my community where my deepest work lives, really, where I bring my channeling, the psycho-spiritual teachings that I'm just obsessed with, the intuition work, the coherence work that we've been doing all week, if you're in the coherence codes. And really my aim with Soul Space was to gather a community where we can come and bring our whole selves, where we can come with everything that we've learned through different teachers, through different books, through different podcasts, through, through different lived experiences, where we can come and share and ask questions, and everything's open, like everything's open for discussion. No judgment, no, you've got to do it my way. You definitely don't have to do it my way. It's something that I really encourage. We even have guest expert teachers come in just to give different points of view, because I know that the spiritual development space is about evolution and is about growth. And I'm a lifelong learner. I don't think that will ever stop. I think I'm always investing in something. And I feel like this should be true for our members. We know where we are now, and then we're going to keep on moving and keep on growing. And Soul Space is really that place where you can put your soul in charge, where you can go beyond what you've learned cognitively. And we can follow the strategy of soul and what that means. So I wanted to do this little gathering, this little round table today, because we're 4 years in, and we're actually in the next month about to close a 9-year cycle. So in numerological terms, 2025 is a 9-year, and 9 is the end. It's the end of the cycle. And so there's two things happening. One, we are closing off who we've been and what we've been looping for the last 9 years and beyond. And also we're starting to our decisions are super important, that whatever we're deciding and choosing right now in this short window will shape what's happening, not just for 2026, but where our life is taking us, where the next 9 years is going to be growing. And I know that strategically opening a membership at Christmas time isn't always the wisest move, and doing a launch like literally at the busiest time of the year isn't always the best move. But this is another soul-led decision, because I know that this is the time where we need more coherence, we need more clarity, we need more purpose. And I know that Soul Space, especially how it is evolving and changing through 2026, is the space that's going to help you and move you forward with that. Now, Soul Space is a community. Yes, I lead it, and yes, I run it, but it's not just about me. It's mainly not about me. It's as much about the community and what we all bring into this. So today I'm bringing some of my members forward. So we've got Amy, Beth, Nikita, Michelle, Caroline, and Stacia here with us this afternoon. I don't think there's any evening peeps here. And they'll be sharing who they are and why they're so wonderful, how they use the space, because I think everyone here uses it, works with it in a different way. How Soul Space has supported their growth, their purpose, their intuition, their energy, their impact, whatever it is for you. Um, and so that you can see what it's really like behind the scenes and it's not just me speaking to you. So, Michelle, because everyone met you last night as you held the channel so beautifully. Um, introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, good morning. My name is Michelle Smith. I am from Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada, on the East Coast, an island on the East Coast of Canada. I met Melissa at a time I was going through a lot, obviously. I had cancer, I was getting divorced. It was all of the things.
Yeah.
So, Soul Space for me was a real community where I could ask questions, and it's changed over the 4 years how I use it, how I interact. But it seems as Melissa's evolving, so are
Mm.
her offerings, and everything is new and fresh. And even the coherence 5 day challenge she's doing this week, I said, "Did you write this for me?" Because it is. Like you go in loops, and there's so much. I experience so much fear on this spiritual journey,
Yeah.
and that keeps coming up for me. So the soul space is really a place where I can be vulnerable and honest and realize that this is normal part of the process and that you don't need to be scared. So it certainly helped me that way. And the connections all over the world. It's absolutely, I got chills everywhere even just saying it. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. And
Well,
we're on
you
this
came
journey.
over, didn't you? You came
I
to
did.
London with Angie and she was in Soul Space. She came from America, you came from Canada. It was
And
amazing.
Katya was there.
She was.
It was beautiful. And we still talk, and we're still supporting each other from a distance and learning together and realizing that we're all in this together.
Yeah. It is amazing. And Michelle, I've seen you grow from where we met and we did some mentorship together. And it was a really difficult time, and I've seen how you continue to move towards your growth.
It feels slow sometimes because there's sometimes I don't want to be human. It's really, I don't. I'm like, why did I do this? And I'm like, oh, right, you chose this, Michelle. You chose it.
Damn it. Why didn't I
Damn.
choose to be a monk?
Right. Oh my God. But I was definitely in another life because I want to be a hermit. I want to be by myself in the woods just learning and reading. But that's not my story this lifetime.
Mm.
Not entirely.
So how do you feel like having a space like Soul Space supports you in those times? Because being an introvert or being someone who wants to retreat, sometimes we just kind of feel like I'm gonna do it on my own. What is it about being in Soul Space that helps you with that?
Well, there's so many resources. I mean, if I'm feeling, I can go in and search anything, any meditation that might bring me some peace in that moment or help me learn something. The Akashic Records meditations always leave me mesmerized. They do. I'm like all of these things, but they're amazing, right? So you can go in, and if it's a certain time of year, there's past recordings and past circles you can sit in. And I even see ones that that I was in 2 years before. And it's like, oh, and I'm still in this cycle, Michelle. But it's learning.
Yeah. It's learning, it's growing, it's this kind of spiral that goes that goes upward, you're in a very different level of awareness from where you were. I see it, I witness it.
Thank you. I am. It's the consistency, I think, and the trust. For me, it's the trust.
Yeah.
Learning to trust.
Trust the universe was literally my card. And I
Right?
pulled this card yesterday and I pulled a card today and it's the same card.
It's so true because it's I'm not consistent with that. As much as I want to be, I want to consistently trust. And that's what this is helping me do. When I pause and go back into my heart space, everything expands. Everything feels better. I'm really excited about the spheres from last night, though. That's exciting. And I'm kind of doing that anyways in pieces, but that was really a tangible way to work with it.
Well, there is a meditation in the making that I will be loading in the Soul Space dashboard, where we'll be working with that technology. And I think something's brewing from there. So,
Well, I'm excited to be brewing with you. Thank you
yeah,
for always being such a good support to us all.
thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Does anyone want to go next, or do you want me to pick on you? I'm kind of looking at Nikki like just kind of like then it's like rip the plaster off.
I'm going to sign off though, okay? Because I got to
Okay.
go.
Love you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye. Okay, let's do it. That's a hard one to follow, though, I think. Yeah.
Hi, Nikki,
Let's do it.
another OG member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we were talking earlier, I can't believe that I was one of the founder members as such, but I met you first, I think, in Carl Gray, the Angel Group,
Mhm.
and there was obviously something there at that time. It could have been more curiosity, and the way that you were expanding, even in that group, that led me to sign up because I thought there was something definitely more there, and to see the expansion of what you've been doing, the learning, as you said, you're a lifelong learner. And I think I actually resonate fully with that because you can't stop learning. But it's also the way for me over the last 4 years, and I didn't know it was 4 years. Yeah, my God. It's how you interlink all the learnings that you have and what you pull together. Um,
Mm.
for me, it's been, it was the meditations, the energy. But I'd have to say this year, especially, and it's strange, the introduction you gave was about soul. And that's what I was actually thinking that this year, especially with the channelings, where you've come into that and really expanded on that, it's, it is a soul connection, it's a soul family, and that's where it all comes together because I think when on one of our sessions where it was about I think you did a channeling for everybody. And that was, oh my God, it's like my soul knew that I needed more, so much
Mm.
more. And that's, as we were saying, you said the end of the year 9, the full circle. For me, that does seem to bring together a full circle, but all the learnings that I've had from this space.
Mm.
Um, and there's been quite a lot. And I think it's also the community, the talent, the people, what they know here.
Yeah.
Um, and hopefully it's a mirror effect. I don't know. I'm still coming into that. But it's incredible, yeah, how much and what people do know and what you can get from that just by talking to each other and the support that you give and they give as well. Definitely. I think, yeah, so yeah, it's all about what's there and how it keeps on growing
Mm.
and getting better actually. Because that's
Cool.
we grow with you, don't we?
We do. And like you mentioned, thank you, Nikki. You mentioned about the channeling. That's something that really I've only been bringing through this year into Soul Space. And next year and beyond, it is going to form more of a foundation of the work that we're going to be doing.
Mm.
Because for me, the channel wants to come through more. And my resistance to it has been like, where do I place it? Because it's fun like running it on Facebook or whatever, but having that community where we can then see where it evolves, like having the sphere that came through yesterday, like what I don't know, this is new technology for me as well, like where's it going to go and how's it going to move and how it's going to run with. And for me it's very exciting that we can play with that, and we could be like, well, like what is it, without the expectation, without the, oh my God, well now I need to learn a new thing. It's this
It's also the
curiosity.
energy.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy. So I think that's what's so powerful.
Yeah.
That's what that comes across. So yes, yeah, it's pretty amazing. I can't believe I've been in here 4 years.
I can't believe you've been in here 4 years as well. Like 4 years, 4 months it must have been.
Oh my gosh.
Um, Now, what I've witnessed of how you work with the space, certainly just from what I see from my point, is you're very dedicated to the channeled meditations and the channelings. Like the coaching calls, we see you occasionally, some of the other teachings we see you occasionally, but it really is when, if I ever say the word channel,
There.
or there's a portal of some description going on, like
Uh,
that's where you'll, that's where you come in.
yeah. And the thing is, I do go back in as and when to see what else there is if I need something. And I think your whole space there, the way that it's been pulled together, it's very user friendly. So you can dip in and out of what you need as and when you need to use it. So yeah, if the timings aren't right, I can still go in and use them basically. So I think that actually really helps. And it's more about how easy it is to use it. So,
Okay.
and that the history is there.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
So I'll just say that to anyone that's watching. So everything is live and then everything is recorded, and it's put up usually within 24 hours on the dashboard, which has a search function. There's different sections in there. It's like activation space, meditation space, psychic space, depending on what it is that we've been doing. And the library is ever growing, but right now there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
And so if you want to learn about the angelics, for example, there's information in there. If you want to learn about
Passion.
reading cards,
Mm.
psycho-spiritual work, like there's a lot of things in there that you can do at any time. And what I've also noticed is that during the portals, someone will go and watch the one that I recorded 3 years ago on 11/11
Mm.
on the run up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Any favorite classes, Nikki, on the dash
I
or
mean,
meditations?
for me, I think it is the portals. I think they really do move a lot as you go in and sit in there. And each time it's different. And I think that's the bit, because
Mm,
it's wherever you are at that point in time that needs to be moved, that
mm,
changes. So yeah. I do, but
amazing.
I'd love the setup of it because it's so easy to use, and I think that's really important in all of this. So yeah, and it's exciting. Again, I'll come back to the soul knowing where it needs to be,
Yeah.
and you know, as a human, you don't know why, and you kind of like stick with it because you don't know why, but it comes around and you figure it out eventually, and that's what I'm really getting to learn. So yeah. So I'd
Amazing.
have to say thank you, because there's obviously a lot here that needs to be learnt, or yeah, to be remembered
Yeah.
actually. I think
Yeah.
that's the word. And that's what you're doing. You're reminding people
Mm.
of who they really are.
Wow.
Mm,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Okay, who did I see put their hand up? Stage, Amy. Who's going? Amy. Go on, Amy. I think she
I
pointed
can
at you.
jump on. Thanks.
How are you?
I'm good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm coming up on 4 years in soul space too. So exciting. And I'm thinking about where I am now, and I'm really feeling that end of the 9 year cycle,
Mm,
and back 4 years ago. I came in super enthusiastic, really jumping on my spiritual path in a new way. And like when I think I was one of the first 5 day awaken, I was
yeah.
on one of those, and I was so excited to join. Like it wasn't even rational. It was just the energy and wanting to be part of the group. And um, I just feel like one of the main things that's coming together is just like seeing my path more clearly. Because yeah, I had a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a lot to learn. And so Soul Space has really supported me in um, that learning, and just working with you, Melissa, and with all of the things that you've developed, and your lifelong learning has been really
Mm,
inspiring. I'm now a full-time student in a master's in counseling program. So you never know what's going
amazing.
to happen over 4 years in soul space, but I continue with my spiritual work, and I'm an artist as well. And um, it's like home base for me.
Yeah.
And I'm in Colorado, so our times are a little bit different, but most of the things I can join. And if I'm too busy and I can't, I do jump on to the dashboard quite a bit. My favorite things are the meditations. There's one energy clearing meditation in there that I do at least 4 times a week.
So it's you that's it's
That's
funny,
me.
right? Because that was what, like, that meditation's been on there probably 2 years,
Yep.
maybe more.
Maybe, yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love
The
that.
older system, like it without getting technical, it's all kind of held offline, and so it charges me whenever somebody watches it, right? And so I see it and it like kind of comes down, I'm like, someone's listening to that meditate, or like one of the old things, someone's gone back a couple of years in the dashboard, so I'll know it's you.
Yeah, that's always me. I'm like, oh, okay, because it's so short, but it's brilliant because it does everything and kind of gets me ready for whatever I'm doing.
I remember recording that meditation and it was an experiment. I've had this thing come through that, and because it was with the holy fire, it's this one, right? That's got the energy clearing with some energy work in there.
Yeah,
And I
this
was,
one's the one with the Merkaba.
okay. And
Comes up from the center of the earth and
oh,
all the platinum energy coming up and then coming down.
and you've
It's like
created
8 minutes.
artwork. You've created artwork from that as well. I've seen your
Yeah, I was really inspired by the work with the Merkaba. It's such a perfect shape.
yeah, it's one of my favorite.
I made them in all different colors, but yeah, I have a platinum one that, there's my green one. But I have a platinum one that I particularly like. But yeah.
Oh, and Stacia's got one too. We're all gonna be showing our Merkabas. If you want to join, you don't have to have a Merkaba. Like Nikki's getting hers.
Oh yeah.
Just sort of
Here we go.
pull
And then I
mine
have
out.
the
Like mine's up there
Chris
somewhere.
crystal one.
Oh, hold on, mine's here.
A couple, actually.
My Akashic altar. There's my one. I've got a copper one just
Mm,
there. It's really nice, heavy. So
very.
yeah, you don't need a Merkaba in order to bring in there, but you'll certainly have your own energetic one.
Yeah.
Amy, what I've witnessed from you since I first met you back then is, I think back then that enthusiasm was this kind of like, I want to learn everything, like this thirst of knowledge, and kind of, if you don't mind, like this almost like spiritual entertainment thing, it's like, oh, this is really interesting, or this is really fascinating, or like how much more can I hear? Whereas now I really witness you, as you took this master's degree, which is some commitment, and you're in my soul school mastery program, and we've done, I see you do other work outside of this space. Now it feels to me that the spirituality is more embodied. It's more like, well, actually this is who I am, and I'm coming at this from a very different way, rather than what can I take, or what can I learn, or what can I like receive from this. It's like, how does this change who I become? How does this influence how I show up?
Yeah, I think that that's a great way to put that. And I think that like when I started, I've been doing spiritual work for 20 years, but it's just gone through different phases. And so I was very enthusiastic when we met, and but I was feeling some sort of disconnect, like it wasn't really mine, or because like I'm a teacher, I want to teach, I have a business so that I can do sessions and sell art and stuff. But I felt this disconnect between like how I was in that moment and like what I wanted to do. And I love that observation because it is feeling a lot more embodied and aligned. And it's been a whole process. And I think that's what's been happening like over the last 4 years.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Amy, and thank you for getting up early. I know it's very early for you.
It's beautiful out there. We have snow.
Well, there you see, you're welcome. So if you
Yeah,
wouldn't have been here, you wouldn't have seen the snow.
that's right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Um,
Melissa.
you're welcome. I'd actually quite like to come to Beth. Can I come to Beth now?
Sure, sure.
Hi.
Hello.
I
So
think
delightful to be here. I
I
love
think
hanging out with you guys.
oh, I love having you here. I think you're the newest member. Actually, hold on, Stacia. I think that you're the newest member of the group. Were you about you were March. Beth, you were March.
Yes.
And Stacia was February. Okay. Beth, you're the newest member of the group. Welcome.
Yay.
And
Thank you. Well,
our only VIP here. You're all VIPs.
well, and because I had been a fangirl for so long, like I had been watching and just like I knew that it was my space. I just couldn't make it happen just yet. And so I was so excited that I could do finally come on board and join. And it's just been a most of my spiritual stuff has been an individual adventure, right?
Yeah.
I had to do it myself. I had to learn it myself. I had to go through, you know, teach it to myself. Like it wasn't a community. And that was what I so desperately wanted. And communities can get tricky. Communities can get really tricky, especially in this space. And I feel so safe here. I feel so seen and connected and like you said that we can see things in a different way and still come together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so and I'm going through the whole thing. I'm like, I have to tell you who I am. Like and not because you need to know all my certificates and stuff, but why this is the
Yeah.
the golden thread between all of it. So
Yeah.
I am an attorney
Yeah.
who I now call myself the estate planning medium because um I have tuned into all of my energetic gifts and have really embraced it in a world that doesn't really embrace that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so my spiritual work is what kept me going, what fed my well-being and my nourishment and my soul as I was trying to figure out where I was supposed to be and how I was supposed to do it, because I always knew I was supposed to be doing law,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like every other lawyer. And so being able to embrace my gifts and embody my gifts is a whole journey in and of itself. But then to bring that into my daily career, my vocation,
Yeah.
like to move it from a career to a vocation is something that takes soul alignment, and it takes being in a place of being reminded and being able to remember again and again and again. And that's what I love, to be able to go into the dashboard and just sort of be like, oh, what do I need today? It's almost like doing the roulette wheel of what do I feel like today? Okay, there we go. And I give myself the medicine of the moment.
Yeah. Nice. What I witnessed for you, and like I have to say, I remember when you joined, I was on retreat. And then like this email came through. I was like, oh my God, it's Beth. Because I'd also like we'd been in each other's world for a few years. And I saw your work, and it always struck me how you have this real balance between um spiritual energetics and technology, like like the engineering aspects, the real physics aspects of spirituality. And it is quite hard to blend, and I know the work especially that we do in the VIP calls. So For those that don't know, the VIP space is just, it's a smaller group. We meet again once a month. We have a private WhatsApp group. And it lets us like dive a little deeper into, you know, we get more like 20 minutes, half an hour each, right, in the calls. And what I've witnessed you over and over and over again is it's like there's this I don't know, there's like this conditioning, isn't it? Well, it's either this or this, and like it comes in, it's like, oh yeah, like, it does come together. Like, I think that's your path. I think that's the thing that keeps on like knocking on the door, going, come on, Beth, we know you've got it. We know you've got the skills. And I love how, like, I even um recommended you in one of the massive groups when someone was asking for a trademark lawyer, because it's unique to have the skill set that you do and have this depth of soul, of the akashic work that you do, of the EFT and the tapping work that you do, of the energy alignment work. It's unique, and I see you stepping forward with more clarity on that.
Yeah. It's, and with the Akashic work and stuff, I have been in the Akashic work my whole career. So before I was an estate planning attorney, I was a patent attorney and an intellectual property attorney. And so I was helping to guide inventions from the Akashic records into this world. And I had no idea. Like, the thing about energy work that I have found is that it's do first, then understand. Like, it's always hindsight. It's always like looking back going, oh, that's what that was. Okay. And so I had no idea I was spending so much time in the Akashic Records. And then I took the Akashic Records with you. Like, I remember you ran a Black Friday. That is when I like totally fell in love with everything that you were doing. Is you ran a Black Friday something for Akashic Records. And I like binged that whole thing. And I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, my world makes so much sense from here now.
Wow. Wow. Oh, I love that. That must have been a week of crazy crazy dreams. Well, I have put on as a bonus for this round of Soul Space 2 of those Akashic trainings from that course that you're talking about. So if you join, there's 2 of those that are available, which will be instant access on your dashboard. So that's there. And actually, we have quite a lot of Akashic Records practitioners or people interested in it and doing some work, and some people doing some secret work with me in there at the minute. So it's a nice place to come and have conversations. And you've done Akashic work separately to what I teach. Nikki, you have as well. Amy, have you just done Soul School?
I worked in my records for about 11 years before we met.
Oh, it is only.
Only with somebody, yeah.
Yeah. And like, and my thing is that whilst I do things the way that I do things, it's not my way or the highway. Like, bring it in. Like, I am super interested in the different ways that people learn, and whether or not it, you know, aligns with what I do. I'm always open to this. And we've had other people come in and teach the same things I do. Like, this is really important for me, and I hope anyone watching this can understand that for me it is more about you bringing that thread through and bringing those gifts, and knowing that we all have our own path. Like, I was never wanting to make mini clones, not that anyone would want that, but you know, it is about like, how are we coming into ourselves. And the dream with Soul Space was always to have that space where we can become whatever that is, rather than teaching you how to do it my way, sharing my philosophies, my ways of life, my technologies, and now my channel, and through the coaching calls. But yeah, letting that develop and grow. So I love that. And Beth, you always bring something, you know, new for me to contemplate in our calls, which is amazing. What I've seen with you, Beth, it, like, the coaching calls seems to be where you come. So like Nikki, like, is there for always for the portals. Amy, like, you're often there. You like the teaching calls. Like, that's where I see you show up most. Beth, you're a coaching girl. Cool girl.
Do I like the synergy and the collaboration. Again, the community part and being able to, you know, have that back and forth, have that not just I am transmitter or I am receiver, but I am, working together.
Yeah. Do you know, I've just realized you always go last, don't you? You're always like, I'll let everyone else like have their thing. And then you come at the end, you're like, well, what you said to her, what you said to her, what you said to her, like, I've got it. And then we can like, but that's what you do, right? You bring things together. So then it makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And that's a pattern I'm trying to stop because, that I used to get in trouble for being the first one to go. So I have learned to go last, but yeah, I like to see the patterns. I like to watch the patterns.
Okay. Well, how interesting that you were like right in the middle today. You literally 3 before, 3
Yep.
after.
We're
Fantastic.
closing this end of 9 year is closing a lot of stuff. Like it really truly is.
Amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Beth.
you.
Caroline, I see you sitting by the tree, poised. You're on mute.
Oh,
There
you
we
can
go.
hear me now. Can you hear
I
me now?
can, yes, I can.
Cool.
Hello.
Let me just close the door because the cat's just walked in. Hold on 1 second.
Do you know what? When she was sitting there, I was like, she's very like feline. That's right. And then then the cat. She's like, the cat wants to come in because
She
I'm
always
feline.
likes to come in when something's going on. And yeah,
Like my
my
kids.
son's upstairs, so I told him not to come in and disturb us. So
Oh.
hello everybody. Hi.
Hi. So Caroline, you've been, I'm going to say this is your 3rd year?
2022, March 22, I think it was one of the events it was not a soul, it was a
Yes, at Becky's at self-care,
Becky.
self-love event
Self-care, self-love. That's what I was trying
in
to think. Yes,
Hertfordshire. Yes, I
yes,
remember. Oh my God,
yes, yes,
yes. Yes.
yes.
So
And
tell
I
everyone
joined
about what
in
you
there.
do.
Well, since I've always read cards, I was always very interested all my life in like zodiac, everything. So like when I was a child, like Casper the Ghost was my friend, was my fate, it was always, oh, what's this or what's that, what's everything. And then I just read cards for people, friends, my hairdresser, and then they were like, why don't you get more into this? Why don't you, you should be doing more. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And it was like doubting myself, I suppose. And I was at the self-care, self-love event and I was talking to Melissa and I was like, oh, okay, this sounds like a good group. And since I've been in this group, I find it really supportive and I find it really supportive and you can be really honest as well. Like sometimes, because I do go on a bit sometimes and I'm not feeling it today. I think I'm talking a load of rubbish. And then everybody else will say, yeah, I feel like that. And then I think, and as I calm down, once my energy calms down, I'll be like, no, actually, I'm not. I do believe in myself. That's self-doubt. And that's not what my soul's saying, how my soul feels, what my guides are saying to me. It's like, the guides are kind of like, calm down. And I find this group, it grounds me, it supports, it's there. Everybody, I've never known anybody to not be supportive of us. And it's interesting as well, all the different things that we can go to, we can go to the dashboard and just think, oh, let me go back over that. Let me see this. And everybody's so interesting because everybody is so different. So what I've done now, I finally got my website up and running and I've got a hen night that I'm doing after Christmas. So that will be so what I tend to do, my card readings are very real, but also I like to do the fun element of it as well.
Yeah.
I like to, if people are saying, right, let's go, like a hen weekend, a hen night, and it's all, it's like I always say, there's nothing horrible. Your guides are just coming through and we're just going to have something positive and say what you can do. So that's kind of where I am with everything at the moment. I just like the positivity of it and the, not the fear around cards. And people are,
Yeah.
and I like to take the fear out of it and say, no, your guides just want the best for you. They want you to go on your best path. They want everything. And I find that Soul Space is very much that way. So yeah, I love it all. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. You since you've been in the space, I've seen you go through, let's say 1 or 2 wobbles with
Yeah.
the confidence. I remember when you got that gig at a local shop, and it was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And this is the thing, like, fear does come up. That I don't think there's
Mm.
anyone here who will say, yeah, like, it, you know, it's fine. And for me, that what I refer to as the psycho-spiritual approach, like, really, like, going, well, the human is there, and this isn't about just, oh, feel the fear and do it anyway, although there is an element to that. It's honoring that and
Yeah.
understanding that resistance to it. And actually, you know, what you've just shared with that, you're helping take the fear out of cards for your clients.
Mm.
Does it not make sense that your journey, even though it wasn't fear of the cards, it was, you know, maybe a slight fear of being seen or being
Yes. Yeah.
sharing the cards, whatever, yeah,
Definitely.
that you've, you know, you've had to overcome something and move through it and continually move through as you become more visible, and
Yeah.
your business builds, and, you know, whatever decisions and magical things happen from here, because it helps you become more uh, genuine in
Yes.
how yeah, and how
Yeah.
you hold
Mm.
space for them.
Definitely. And I think that's what it is. It's being genuine. And because there are, let's all be totally honest, there are some people out there that aren't genuine,
Yeah,
that then make this a mockery of what we do.
yeah,
You know, that there are, because I went to an event a few weeks ago, me and my friend, and we were like, oh dear. And it really was, oh
mm,
dear, to the point of, it was quite hilarious when we left. We were like, oh, really? Were we? And she's been by my side through my journey, so she's very astute with things as well. So it's
yeah,
things like that, but it's a bit sad, because what we all do is genuine,
yeah,
and that's what I like to bring to it. And, you know, the energy and helping people, really, it's helping people along the way, and helping them
yeah.
to understand their guides and understand what's out there, and that we aren't just, you know, there is more to us. So yeah, and soul space very much has helped with all of that for me.
Mm.
Confidence, and yeah.
And knowing that you do it your own way, you know,
Yeah.
for me, the integrity of the space is super important, which is why there's an application process. I
Mm.
ask the questions because you know, to be honest, I don't want people to come in if it's like, oh, I'm doing this just for, like, for the show, or just for the, you know, like the manipulation in that way of it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think we get that support. That's why we get that genuine. And for me, it's not about necessarily being the most impressive reader, you know.
Mm.
For me, it's about being the most heartfelt and loving and soulfelt and encouraging and working in that way. And that's what I see in all the members. That's what I see
Mm.
them bring. And Caroline, it takes people like you to actually have the courage to go out and do it, and to do the hen parties, and to say, you know, this is what I do on, you know, on a live stream, potentially to 5,000 people. I don't like, potentially
Yeah.
7,000 people. I think that's the
Mm.
audience size here. Um, to start to make change in the world. And I think this little corner that we sit in can just start with that. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. My
Thank you.
last but never least, Stacia.
And I thought I was the baby in the group, but I beat you, Beth. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness. So I'm Stacia. I'm in Illinois, so it was a little bit early here, but not as early as Colorado. Um, yeah, so I was your surprise. I think I joined on Valentine's Day because I I've been through it. It's coming up on 9 years that I lost my husband, and that just hit me when you were talking about the nine
Wow.
year, and I was like, wow, this has really been a full circle, because 9 years ago I would have been a complete disaster, and I would not have even, I would have not even saw your space.
Yeah.
And coming from a science background and psychology, I've always been a dabbler but spirituality was something that I tried to turn off at a really early age because it was
Yeah.
scary, and there wasn't people around me that could explain why there was a man in the corner that nobody was seeing. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it didn't help that I watched The Exorcist at 3 in the morning when I was like 7 years old. That was probably not a
Wow.
good idea.
No.
Something I could say don't do. But you know, I've been through a lot of things, and I've taken a lot of classes. I'm a lifetime learner, and I was trying to do it all on my own. And it wasn't until this year I'd been following Melissa. I think I met you through Kyle Gray. You came in as one of his mentors, and I was like, "Ooh!" And then you wrote the book, the wonderful book, and I'm like, "I have to get this book." And then I was just like sucked into Hurricane Melissa,
Sorry.
and it just was like, "Well, this is the train I'm on now." So, but I still tried to do it all, you know, on my own because I knew these things.
Mm.
I'm a Reiki master. I'm a yoga teacher. I know all these things, except when things went bad, I wasn't using any of the things. I had all the tools, and I was like, okay, later. And then finally I was like, what am I doing? And you had came on and you'd offered the soul space, and I'd saw it before and I was like, oh, it looks wonderful, but you know, I know all of the things, right?
Yeah.
That was me. I know all of these things. But it was earlier this year, you know, I had the big health scare with my dad, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump in here. And I really felt that pull. It
Yeah.
was like what surprised me about coming in. I was like, I think I surprised Melissa. She's like, Stasia's joining.
Yeah, that was
And it
literally
was,
my reaction.
yeah. And it was everything that I needed because, like the ladies have talked about, everything is already there. So even in the, you know, it went from my dad to then my mom went even worse health wise. So everything was there for me to dive into in my own time. And it was really like my soul was like, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then I would do an activation or a meditation. And it was exactly what I needed when I needed it. And then of course then I went completely crazy, and then I started joining all of her things because I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't stop myself. And we did the curate and the
Mm.
holy fire, and now I'm in the secret, super secret society that's going to be coming out in a few months. But it has been just such a life-changing year for me because you've really helped me to really trust in myself and take those chances and know that I have me, but I also have a space that has me for anything that I need. And it's been really incredible. And just being in the energy of everyone, you know, sometimes I would come in, I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about. And then I would be like, oh no, I actually do have a lot of things to talk about because it's just, you know, it's just such a safe space to be in and
Mm.
to really, you know, kind of unlock those parts of yourself that maybe you didn't want to look at, and you can look at them in a way that's not like overpowering and crazy. It's like, oh no, this is okay, and I'm okay, and
Mm.
I've got me, and then you've got me. So this has been really wonderful, and I hope that we get some really amazing people joining us because your coaching calls are amazing. I mean, even the days I'm like, I don't have anything to say, I always pick up nuggets, just wonderful little golden nuggets throughout. The channeling, oh my goodness. The channelings have been ridiculously wonderful.
Mm.
And you know, we've done so you have a lot of akashic work in the on the dashboard, and that is really like something that's pulled me this year because you did a meditation and I was like, what is this? Who is this magical woman? I need more of this. And it's really been such a healing,
Mm.
just this process that I've gone through, the shedding and releasing to just allow what I'm meant to do, what I'm meant to be, has just
Yeah.
been incredible because that's not who I was last year. I was still wearing the this is who I am on this room, and this is who I'm in this room, and now I'm starting to, you know, blend them all together and find that golden thread. And this space has been really a pivotal moment for me, really stepping into who I am. So Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Stacia. I don't know what to say to that. Your journey this year, you know, I think you could have gone through and like one day of some of the things that you've been through. And I see you show up to everything.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got their, I see you literally, you're like, I'm there. I'm like, amazing. We'll always rely on Stacia to come in and come through. And I think that that's admirable for your dedication to your growth and to your knowing, and to let, like you said, you knew all the things. You've already done the Reiki training. You'd already, you know, all the crystals behind you, the astrology, like all this work that you do and that you already know, and to come into a space, I know what it's like to be like, well, what am I going to learn? But I think this is the point with soul space. It's not about what you're going to learn. It's about who you become, and then other things that you can tap into, and you can take, and even if you take 10% of something that's on there and you feed it in, or even if you watch something, you're like, no, that's not mine, but at least I now know what I'm not. You know, I see that. And for you, the vulnerability that you've brought in, and I think it's been an incredible thing for all of the members to witness and to watch you go, and to still be standing and thriving and blossoming in some very, very hard times is you know, it's honestly an honor to hold the space for. And I want you to know the influence that I know you've had on other members because of the openness and the willingness to be seen in all of your states, in your brilliance and in your hard times as well.
Thank you. I didn't bring Kleenexes, so stop it. So, no,
That's
you make it so easy though, because you allowed me to take my time to ask the bigger questions. You know, so many times we can stay surface level and we can get so far, but when you're willing and ready to do the work, which I've been, it's like, oh, okay, well, I see this differently now, and I don't make it mean anything. It's just what it is. And now I'm aware, and it's been so easy to let that come out, because it is all about the growth and the evolution
Yeah.
and the becoming. And
Yeah.
this is just such a wonderful place to be in, to have that energy. So I thank you.
I thank you. I thank you. And you know, something's just come into my mind, like with the coaching calls. I've certainly been in spaces where calls like this are like, bring me your problems and we shall solve them. But it's members, like actually many here that I'm looking at, where it's not always about solving a problem. Sometimes it's about diving deeper into a subject. Sometimes it's like, well, how does this and this come together? And they're the conversations that I live for, if I'm honest. So like, get as much about it as all of you. And also sometimes that spurs on a teaching or a class. There's been many of the classes that I've created have been as a response to a question that comes up in the coaching call, or a discussion that's happening in some way, or one comment that comes in there. And which is why I don't create a full schedule of events for the year ahead. I kind of like to leave it open. And next year we'll be doing a lot more deep dives. So like the coherence codes, I want to be bringing more of those, you know, accountability, like let's build slowly, slowly, slowly. So it becomes an embodiment. It becomes an evolution. It becomes a growth. That's my philosophy. Like if I can help with a little bit of that, then my work is done. Okay. I said we'll be an hour. We've been an hour. Before we close, if there was somebody thinking like, I don't know, should I maybe join? Is it for me? Has anyone got anything that you'd want to respond to that to? Is it for me? Stacia, hi.
And now I can't figure out my phone. You know, I was right there. I'm like, oh, I don't need to join this. It's not for me. And then life was lifing. And I was like, you know what? I felt the call. And I'm like, there's something here. And I'm so glad that I did, because there's so much here, so much more than I could imagine was here. And at a time when I really needed it the most, because your dashboard, your teachings, your trainings, your activations, they cover pretty much every aspect of life. So there's definitely something here for everyone, no matter where you're at and no matter what's going on. You're going to find something that's going to help get you through it. So that's what I would recommend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to just totally agree with what Stacey's just said. Definitely. And it's also intriguing for anybody who's just starting out on like their spiritual journey. Everything is in there, like on the dashboard. So you know, you can come to the coaching calls, you can come to the different, and there's the things from the past in there as well from other coach. So it really is. It's very interesting, very exciting for anybody that's, you know, really at the, or anybody, like you say, that is a long way down their journey, and there's always something new to learn. So that's what I would say. There's so much value and so much new, and so many lovely people as well, the community that you are now, and the support that people give you. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Caroline. Nikki?
Yeah, I just want to say, you know, it's about trusting yourself. If you're actually watching this, there's a reason, you know. Okay, yeah, but there's a reason. So, you know, I really believe in the fact that then your soul's telling you something. So, you know, it's worth taking the jump in a way. Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So you're all loving the dashboard is what I'm hearing. I am there live, right? It's not like it's not just a little preview. I'm there live twice a month, consistently every month. We've actually got a coaching call. Oh my God, it's tonight. We've got our next coaching because you're all going to be with me again tonight. And how much time roughly would you say you spent in soul space? Like 2 hours, like a month, 2 hours, 4 hours? Just, is it every month? Do you dip in and out? Has anyone got anything they want to say on that?
For me, it ebbs and flows.
Same.
Like it again, I go looking for the medicine I need. That yes, you do show up and twice a month and all of that stuff, but life's not on schedule.
Yeah. We try.
Right? Like it just doesn't do that. So it, you know, when I remember over the summer in the pool, I was listening to one of the classes, and like every night I was in the pool listening to the classes. and I was just like enjoying it so much. And yeah, it just it's flexible and it moves with the human.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to put the human in a box.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like in a lot of other programs are like, you must show up and you must do this and you must, you know, attention, give the attention at a certain amount of time. And if you don't show up and all that stuff. And that's, I find in this space, I want to show up. It's not like I have to. Like it is. My soul is like, you have to show up, but it's not out of this place of following the rules. It's a matter of just because my soul needs a container that is enjoyable and nourishing.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, there's been times, Caroline, Nikki, I think especially, where I've not seen you for 2 or 3 months. That's okay. There, like Beth said, there isn't a schedule of, well, we're building on. We'll be having these experiences over the next 12 months where I'll be putting, like we did for the 11/11, where I'll be creating a little pathway for you all. But there is no obligation. The coaching calls are every single month, and if you don't want to come to it, that's fine. The recordings are always on the dashboard, and when you do come back, because you always do. Now, when you do come back, it's fine. Like it's like, you know, we pick up from where meeting you where you are in the moment. So Um, okay. Any last little nuggets that you'd like to share before we close, Amy?
Oh, I just wanted to say that I was super excited that you're doing this right now. Just like I mean, I know like strategically this time of year is very busy for everyone, but I think it's just such a great time to join a group like this. It does, I know I said it earlier, but it does feel kind of monumental, the ending of this year and the beginning of the new year. So I'm really grateful to have this group as support, going, through this change of year. I feel like there's a real like fresh slate
Yeah.
in January or even
Mm.
after the solstice. But yeah, so there's just a lot of cool energy going in, and so I think it's a great time to be in soul space.
Thank you.
It's a really great space. So if for anybody that's watching this video, um, and if they're watching it with their partner, and their partner knows, oh, he or she's really into this, they're really into that, it'd be a great Christmas present for somebody to buy somebody for Christmas.
Mm.
Fantastic Christmas present because it lasts all year and it will open you up to a whole new world and community. So yeah.
I love that. Soul space for Christmas.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, that's fine. If you want to apply for a loved one, just message me directly and we'll work out the application process. That's absolutely fine. For me, it is about the personal touch in here, like,
Mm.
and these my members are, this is my community, this is where we come and hang out, and it's always an honor as we grow and welcome in whoever wants to come and join us. Our next call after today is our end of year channeling. So I think it's gonna be an end of 9-year kind of thing, channeling coming through. So that's gonna be next week. So anyone who joins now will automatically come into that. And then we're gonna start January with a fresh slate. We're going to be working with the energies moving forward. So I've got something really special planned for the first week of January. So I'm very excited to show you what goes on there. If you feel like soul space is your next spiritual home, whether you're brand new, there's space for you here, or whether you're, like actually many of the people I'm looking at here have been doing this work. Amy, you said 11 years in your Akashic Records. Nikki, I know you've done a lot of work. If you see Nikki's CV, by the way, you'll still be here at the end of the next year, 9-year cycle. Yeah. Like all of you have done a lot. So wherever you are, if you want to speak to me about it, my diary is open for the next week and a half until I'm on the other side of the world in Thailand. So I'm going to keep it open until then. If you want to speak to any of my members, just to have a little message, I'll tag everyone in this, and you can send a message if they're open to it, or a comment, or ask a question, or pop it on the thread here. I see that the live stream just gave up, so I'm gonna restream this now when we get off the call. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what the next cycle brings. So thank you, ladies, for coming and getting up and being here and giving up your day off, Caroline, and all of that. So I appreciate you all, and I'll see you tonight in the coaching call. Okay. Lots of love to you all. Bye, everybody. Bye, 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 bye. Okay.